Hi there, I am the Essence of Femininity, also known as I'm Yellow Butterfly on YouTube. I'm a certified professional life and recovery coach for codependency, and many of you probably know me from my own codependent journey on my vlog starting in 2020 here on YouTube as I'm Yellow Butterfly. That led me into becoming the certified professional codependency recovery coach that I am today. Today I want to just touch base with you a little bit about the codependency with family and the dynamics of what that sort of looks like when it's not healed, and how important it is to heal that. If you're from a tight-knit family where family comes together all the time, it can construe the way that you see the rest of the world. As you know, codependency is pretty much self-sacrificing yourself your entire life to make others' lives easier, better, or to just be at the beck and call of someone else. It's always putting aside yourself, your needs, your wants, your desires for the needs of others. Not being true to who you really want to be and what you want out of life, because you're under the impression that you have to follow the rules outlined for you by someone else who has created the blueprint for who your life should be. And that's not always how it should go. It's your life. It's your life. And I know certain cultures and dynamics play a huge part in this, but there is a way to walk away from it if you're strong enough and if you desire to do so. Codependency with families is very tricky. This was one of my struggles in my own journey, having to be around family. They have this idea of who you want to be. They can be very vocal, say very hurtful things to you because you're not the ideal person that they feel you should be in their mind. You're not living the life according to their standards. I'm a single woman, I'm unmarried, I'm a divorced woman, unmarried, and being around family members who feel that your life is nothing because you're not married, or measuring your life's success based on being married or single, it made it difficult to want to be around those people. Not because there's no shame in being single. You just get tired of someone telling you your life is nothing because you don't have someone else controlling your life. And I won't say controlling, but in my family dynamics, that's how they feel it should be. A lot of times there are family events, weddings, funerals, births, birthdays, anniversaries, or parties, family reunions, whatever the case may be, where you're all coming together for a celebration and you're dreading wanting to be around family because you know how strong those dynamics are. How they think about you just comes across in such a way where you're just like, I can't deal with this, I can't handle it, it's just too much. And Warren, it is too much. It is definitely too much. You have to make a decision. How do you want to proceed in your life? You have to ask yourself, why am I afraid to speak up to Jane Doe or John Doe, or to auntie or uncle or cousin A or cousin B? Why am I afraid to speak up for myself? Sometimes it takes removing yourself from family. Sometimes you find yourself that you just don't fit in to what they want out of life. And just because they're your blood relatives doesn't necessarily mean you have to have relationships with them. I myself found that it was easier to step aside and have less interaction to make me a stronger and better person and to feel good inside. And sometimes you have to do that. I'm not saying to stop loving them. I would never tell you to not love your family or to not be there for them. I'm still there for them in so many ways, and I'm still ready to, if they call and it's something within my capacity and something that I can handle, and I'm not self-sacrificing who I am as a person, I'm there. If it's a life or death situation, I'm there because I want to be. I would never say, hey, cut your family off, don't deal with them. That's not what I'm going to tell you to do. You have to decide the dynamics of your family and what it's doing to you or how you feel, and if this is something you want to remain a part of on a regular basis. One of the things that I experienced when I went through my counseling was told to create a schedule for family. Family members that have that triggering effect on you, minimize how often you have contact. Minimize what you tell them or how much they have access to you, what they know about you. Create family dynamics with a group of friends. Family doesn't necessarily have to be with people that you are blood related to. Family could be with your own set of people you've cultivated relationships with. It could be your sister circle, your circle of guy friends. It could be the fellas, however you want to. Family could be whatever you create it to be. It can be whatever you create it to be. I just want to put that out there. Also, ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like? Am I getting the support that I need from my family? Am I subjecting myself to something that I don't have to subject myself to? And establish the type of boundaries you want. Think about the type of boundaries you want to put in place, and also concentrate and establish what type of consequences you will establish if those boundaries are not respected. Now, I'm not telling you to say, hey, if you don't do so and so and so, then I'm not going to do blah, blah, blah. Communication is very sensitive when it comes to codependency and dealing with people in this aspect, particularly family. If you know that you have family that's not going to listen to you, I would still encourage you. And again, these are decisions you have to make. I can make the suggestion, but it's for you to decide what you want to do in your life. But I would still encourage you to say, if this continues, I'm not going to come around. If you continue to always have negative things to say about me, or to try to attempt to embarrass me or slander me in front of other family members or friends, or you use me as the butt of every joke, I'm just not going to come around anymore. I'm going to excuse myself. I would not even, acknowledge you any further than this. Like, this could actually end our relationship. I'm just making up a boundary and a consequence right now. So if it sounds crazy, it's just something off the top of my head and it's not well thought out. I'm just saying for the sake of the video. But just tell them, hey, John Doe. And another thing I want to express: try to use as many I statements as possible when you're establishing your boundaries. And that example I used was not a great example, but I want you I want to encourage you to practice using I statements when you're setting these boundaries. So, for example, this is a boundary that I'm gonna suggest. John Doe or Jane Doe, I don't like being the butt of every joke. I don't like being laughed at. I don't like being picked at the expense of other people's thrills. And if it continues to happen, I'm going to remove myself and no longer come to these family gatherings because I don't like the way I am depicted in the jokes. And it's always myself being offended in these jokes. I am always the one that everyone, picks on when it's time to sit around and tell stories. And I don't find it fun. I find it offensive. I find it hard to endure, and I am not happy experiencing it. I will no longer continue to come I will no longer come back to these events if it continues to happen. So what you just did is you talked about yourself. You put everything, you took accountability of how you feel. You expressed everything about yourself. You didn't point the finger, you, which makes things easier to digest on another person's side when they're receiving it. Now, if they want to respect that or not, that's not your responsibility. You put it out there. However, whatever they take and do with that, that's on them. And that's why you have the consequence. If they don't respect your boundary, then you've already put it out there that you're not going to continue to come around if they continue to do it. And stick to your guns. You hear? Stick to them. Family dynamics are hard. I did a video of this last week. I'm gonna stay in this space a little bit talking about it for the next few weeks because family dynamics will keep you in a codependent place. And sometimes not being around family or limiting the amount of access family has to you, limiting the contact, the communication, helps you. It helps you. You have to take a step back and put yourself in a safe space. I'm not saying that family doesn't love you, but in some family dynamics, you might just be that person that everyone's have used, and they have such a hold on you that healing feels like it's wrong, and it's not wrong. Healing makes you feel guilty, and you shouldn't. So take a step back. It's almost like trying to lose weight. You have to put the sugar down. Some things you can't consume when you're trying to lose weight. Some things that you have to have in moderation instead of overindulging in, so that you can see the weight loss. And that's how it is with codependent families and the dynamics with codependency in families. And like I said, I am going to touch base on this for the next few weeks, because this is where I get a lot of my comments from people that I talk to, from people that I have consultations with, from people that I interact with. This is a huge part. So what I'd like for you to do is, if you have any questions, put it down in the comments, and also just share your 2 cents. I'll be happy to hear what you have to say as well. But in the meantime, do me a favor. Follow me on all of my social media outlets. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. And please like, subscribe, and share my YouTube. Click the notification bell so that you'll know whenever I upload a new video. And do not forget to schedule your consultation with me. There will be some new programs that I'm going to unveil that's coming down the pipeline. I'm excited about it. It will be expanding and making more accessibility for you, and I'm really excited about it, and I hope that it's going to help you a great deal, and I believe that it will. But yeah, the Essence of Femininity.com. Go now and schedule your consultation. In the meantime, I'll be thinking about you and praying for you, and just wish you well. Bye now.